Good evening from Waconia, Minnesota, where our Eagles are taking on the Wildcats from Waconia here. Final game between these two teams for the season. Last game, Eden Prairie came away with a pretty convincing victory here. We certainly are hoping for something similar, but you know what? At this age, you can never tell who's going to show up. And coming off of the weekend that this team had up at the Squirtacular, winning the championship against the California Bears in just an absolutely incredible ending with 1.7 seconds left to go on the clock. And Leo stuffs it in from the crease to go ahead. You never know what this team will have tonight and whether or not they'll keep that momentum and that intensity, or they'll come out with maybe a little bit of a letdown. So we will see. So tonight, first of 3 games this weekend. Tomorrow we head down to Mankato for a rematch of the New Hope Classic, where we lost to them by 1 goal in the championship game. And some of the kids are saying, why don't we go double or nothing with them tomorrow, and the winner gets the cup and the first place trophy that Mankato went away with when we played them. We'll see. So we got Mankato tomorrow, and then back in Bloomington on Sunday. So we are on our now away game road trip for the end of the season. We have no more games left in Eden Prairie at home. So that is interesting, as we had a long stint of games at Eden Prairie Rink 1. So that is over. We are now on the road wearing blacks for the foreseeable future. But that's okay. We won 4 games in a row last weekend on the road, essentially. So no fear. So we've got 2 games against Bloomington, 1 game against Minnetonka remaining on the schedule after tonight. So 4 district games left. And then the Squirtacular at the end of the month of February. And then the District 6 tournament the first week in March. So you wouldn't think, but we're running to the tail end of this season so far. So underway here, 12 minutes left, 1 minute into the first period. And Eden Prairie has taken their turn down in the Waconia end. They send an iced puck down just before the red line, and we're going to redo it and reset back in the Eden Prairie zone. Eden Prairie wearing their road blacks, moving left to right here in Waconia. Waconia wearing the white jerseys with the blue/purple shoulders. Shot off the face-off, bounces off Asa from the top, and now Berg slings it up to Declan Heller, and Heller dumps it down in behind the net with Pravatsky chasing. Pravatsky and Berg. Leo, all-tournament player last weekend up at Blaine, so he's coming off just a phenomenal set of 4 games. There, working with Heller behind the net, down low in the Waconia zone. Now Heller turns around to the dot, tries to sling it in there, fans on it, and Waconia picks it up along the near side. Now they try to send it out to the center. Rink there picks it up, meets it at the red line, and Pravatsky grabs it and sends it down as Eden Prairie gets a shift change. Heller now putting pressure on in the Waconia zone, and Henry Dahl off the bench keeps it alive for the Eagles. Wildcats look to clear it out of their zone on the far side. They try to bring it up across the red line. They can't. And now Sarrazine all the way in. Backhand shot off the pads of the Waconia's goalie. Couldn't see who that was at first. Now Stubbs from the point. He gets knocked down. And Waconia just sends the puck slinging down on this new ice here for an icing with 10:14 left. In the premier period of the Eden Prairie Waconia hockey game. Shot slapped and blocked at the blue line as the puck winds its way back out to neutral ice. Nice pick-off play. Wenkus coming off strong shot. Goal. 5-hole. And Eden Prairie gets on the board with their first with 9:57 left. Again, I mean, if they could give away multiple awards last weekend, Mason would have been right there with Leo, making the all-tournament team, but came away with I don't know how many goals. Lost count. So Mason picks up right where he left off with the first goal of the game. Now Berg, Leo fights for it over on the far side in front of the penalty box. He slips it back to Charlie. Now Charlie reverses course, back up ice again. Looking for Richards. Charlie again battles over on the far side. Got Richards again open. And Richards loses it down the left wing circle. And now Rink picks it up as he dives down low and shoves the puck back out to the point. Rink with the shot. Wide left from about 10 feet. At that rate, he needed to be about 2 feet away from the net if he was going to get that on target. Nonetheless, we now get an offside on Waconia with 9:03 remaining. Off the faceoff, now Dillon, DC, enters into the Waconia zone along the near side. They get that intercepted and popped away, and the puck back out to center ice for Waconia. And Heller on the great charge from behind there, picks up the puck, and then he creates a turnover, and the puck gets slung back into the Waconia zone as Decker Stubbs chases after it. Pravatsky picks up the loose puck behind the net. He looked to backhand it behind the net, on net. And they got it pulled away by Waconia. Waconia having a hard time keeping puck on the tape. And they get it popped away again back down low behind their zone. Puck now out. Comes out to the point, the right point. Dillon looking for options. Shot, score. As Dillon created his own seam there and shot from the top of the slot. And Eden Prairie puts their second biscuit in the basket. No, I'm not going to say that. I hate that term. Biscuit in the basket. Sorry about that. All right, so 2-0. Berg back at center again. Wenkus near us here. Richards on the far side. Oh, I'm sorry, Henry Dahl on the far side. And Waconia gets poked away by Charlie. Now Charlie shoves it up to Dahl over on the far side. Dahl to the point, over to Wenkus. Wenkus back to Dahl again, and one too many passes there, but Mason trying to share the love. And we'll get another opportunity again as Leo tries to just flip it over to Mason. They get that blocked. Now Charlie in the slot takes on two Wildcats. As Eden Prairie exits their own zone again. Back into the Eden Prairie or Wildcat zone. Now Rink over on the far side red line. He drops it in, gets it stuffed over on the blue line, and he still tries to bring it up ice. Wenkus now picks up a loose puck. His pass picked off by the Wildcats. They can't calibrate. Oh, he still gets a centering pass off, but no Wildcat in sight there. As now Rink comes back up ice over to Berg. Berg now brings it far side, curls to the center, fires a shot off there wide left. Wildcats pick it up back in their zone, sling it up to the center ice. Now curling into the Eden Prairie zone, tries to toe drag. Mom next to me over there says, no, you can't toe drag. It never works. Now Dylan off to the races. He gets it poked away there as he enters the Waconia slot. And now Waconia tries to bring it back up ice again. One-man band over there takes it all the way. He's still got the puck. He's kind of like plinkoing through with a bunch of Eden Prairie players. They finally lose it. And now Waconia resets at the top, fires a shot off on Asa, goes wide right. And under pressure by Richards, Waconia can't hold it, and puck comes back out to neutral. Over on the far side as they just try to bank it back up ice again. Now Eden Prairie dumps. And Dylan able to prevent the offside there, let his teammate get back on. Now Pravatsky over on the far side. And Waconia slings it out there. Foot race here. Dylan's got it. No problem. Dylan says, hold my beer. I'll take care of it. Now he moves up. He's got some room, and it's 4-on-3 here. Dylan still wrapping around to the near side dot. Fans on it. And puck back out. Leo with a shot. And from the slot on the loose puck. Rebound. And now Rink over on the far side. Hash marks. Drops it down to the goal line. Looking out center. Oh, and he just sends it behind Leo. And back out to neutral ice where Kellen Strube picks it up. Sends it cross ice over to Ben Pravatsky. Pravatsky looking for Berg. Berg gets it poked away. Now Heller picks it up, and he sends it down, icing on Eden Prairie as Dahl was chasing after it. And that brings us down to 4:37 left in the first period. Eagles by 2. Nice D to D over there by the Wildcats. Shot, puck sent in. Rink is able to clear it out, and Wenkus puts on some pressure. Good pass back up center again. They couldn't quite connect on that from the Wildcats, and now Rink is there to pick it up, try to move it up ice. Wenkus picks it up, continues the effort. Loose puck over to Dahl, back out to Rink at the point. Rink now finds an opening down low. He comes back down low, centers it out to Wenkus. Shot and a score. That's number 2 for Wenkus. Rink to Wenkus at 4 minutes remaining in the first. Good pass, good shot. Wenkus just sat there, recalibrated, made sure he had everything situated properly, and then released. And Eden Prairie gets their third with 4 minutes left in the first.
Let's go, Ed!
Eden Prairie off the faceoff. Stubbs able to hold it. Stubb takes it down low behind the goal line. Mason there slapping his stick, looking for an opportunity, a pass. And now Rink holds it. And now he brings it in against a sea of 4 Wildcats. Ooh, shot by Stubbs as he Peter Panned in the slot. Another shot and a score by Henry Dahl on the rebound, and that's 4 for Eden Prairie. Dylan up ice. Eagles take it down low on the near side. Curl around, trying to center it out front. Berg now picks it up. Back to the loose puck. Back to Sarazine. Sarazine back down. Berg at the half wall. Cross ice over to Dillon. He's got a seam. Shot. Oh, and deflected off the goalie. And the puck rims all the way around to the far side. And Eagles pick it back up at neutral ice. Sarazine now flicks it back up to Berg. Berg slaps at it. Gets it poked away by the Wildcats. And now Wildcats send a shot on off the shoulders of Asa. And Eden Prairie sends it back out of their zone as Leo comes back into the Wildcat zone. Shot, score. And Eden Prairie now 5-0 with 2:43 left in the first. Pravatsky over there, fending off a couple Wildcats, pursuing the puck. Wildcats bring it down low behind their zone. They're under pressure by Stubbs over on the near side. Strube now holds it. He's trying to go through a couple different players. Stubbs picks it back up, centers it out front again. Shot, score. Decker off the pads of Wildcats goalie. Stubbs now tries to reset in his own zone. He gets it lodged away. Now Charlie, don't know what he's doing. I think he was just snuggling with a Wildcat there. They are not pets. They are the competitor. You cannot snuggle with a Wildcat. Shot on net, and Asa there for the save with $1:46 left. Now Sarazine flips it down low in his zone, looking for Christian over there. Nice pass by Leo up to Dahl. Dahl's got a lane, back to Leo again. Look out for, and we're going to get a penalty on Waconia for a hook. Oh, for a trip, I'm sorry. And so now Eden Prairie will go on their first power play and go one man up here for $1:30. Unlike the many penalties up at Squirtacular, we're back to the regulation, well, I guess for Squirt regulation of $1:30 penalty here. So we will be one man up. Oh, shot from Leo off the crossbar. And now Mason drops it back to Dillon. Now Mason over to Dahl, down low. Dahl back to Christian again. Christian gets it poked away, sends it back down to Dahl. On the near side hash marks. Dahl now back to Leo. Leo sends it out to looking for Wenkus. Sarazine now back to Wenkus again. Back to Wenkus, 56 seconds left. And a little bit too much, I don't know, they thought, well, this was going to be easier than it looks. Now Sarazine back over to Dahl. Dahl can't hold it. Puck pass in his skates. Wenkus now again behind the net. 35 seconds left. Shot. And they think it's in. I don't know if they're going to call that or not. Nope, doesn't look like it. I think Mason thought it was in. So 31.2 left in the first. Stubbs sends it over to Richards. Richards back to Rink. Rink likes that drive down low. as he's still holding off one of the Wildcats. Now Rink through the legs. Rink still fights for it. Trying something new, and Wildcats now with 12 seconds left, bring it back up ice into the Eden Prairie zone. Ooh, between the legs, there you go. And that's going to do it. 5 seconds left. Rink picks it up down low again, and he's just going to hold on to it. Gets tripped in the process. No call on that, and that's the end of period number 1. Eagles 6, Wildcats 0. So rumor has it Bianchi was drinking grape juice out of the championship cup over the weekend or throughout this week. Took it to work with him. Put it in the passenger seat in his car, seat belted in. Joe, this isn't the Stanley Cup. I don't know. I think it's actually proudly displayed now in the Eden Prairie Squirt trophy case there as Squirtacular Champions 2026. We'll get a picture of it here next time we're over at practice. Put it out there for its safekeeping. All right, Eden Prairie now moving right to left on the dial. Here they've tried to bring it into the Waconia zone. And now Waconia back on the march again. No call on that for Strube, and now Rink picks it up. He sends it down ice. The near side, Waconia picks it up down low behind their goal line. They send it back out front again. Rink there sends a firing shot on. Oh, and another backhand by Heller. Provatsky sends it down behind the net again. Heller picks it up. Berg now has it. Look out for the stuff. Send it out in front. Provatsky there. Shot and a score by Declan Heller, and he gets his first. Eden Prairie continues where they left off in the first period, and Heller gets his in the right place at the right time, just like the beginning of the season, where he seemed to have all the goals early. Waconia now bring it back into the Eden Prairie zone again. They get it poked away. And now Christian brings it up along the near side. Centers it out front, looking for Stubbs. Now Mason sends one firing in there from the far side, top of the circle. Sarrazine now slings it back around the far side. Wankus picks it back up and pulls it away from Mason. Mason back at it again. Stubbs came in to help. Now Dahl came in to help. Wankus behind the net. Back out to the point to Sarrazine. Sarrazine fires one in on the forearm. Shot and a save. Let me tell you, driving out to Waconia tonight at 5 o'clock, right into the setting sun, anything could have been in front of us tonight. Now loose puck. Rink's trying to chase him down. Rink there with a nice back check and a slap. Pops the puck off. And now they're able to, Eagles trying to look for Wankus there along the far side. And the Wildcats are able to keep it alive in the Eden Prairie zone. Strube picks it up, now sends it out to neutral ice to Dahl. Dahl backhands it down low. Stubbs chases it down into the behind the goal line. Wenkus now sends one out to Rink. Rink over to Strube. Strube sends a flop shot in, bouncing. Wenkus now puts it out front again. Richards there with the slap. And a goal by Richard, Crosby Richards. He gets on the board. As Eden Prairie picking up right where they left off last weekend with hard play and just being patient and keeping the pressure on here. Waconia with 10:30 left in the second period. Another shot off the pipe by Eden Prairie. Lambergan down, puck comes back out to the point again to Dillon. Dillon looks, moves around a little bit, now backhands it over to Sarazine on the forearm. He comes up to the dot, fires one in there, save. Deflecting puck over to the far side. Dillon picks it up at the hash marks, now curling around to the near side. Shot and a score from 90 degrees. And Christian gets his second. Yeah, that sun was so bright. I mean, anything could have been in front of us. Wouldn't have seen it. Would have just crashed right into it. Lucky we didn't. Now Berg off to the races. Back out to Richards again in the slot. They can't connect on the tape. And now exiting pass from Waconia. They keep it alive. Oh, they just set a pick on each other, and Strube there picks it up, sends it back out to neutral again. Now Berg pumps those long legs back to Richards again. Richards fires one in there, shot, and a save by Waconia. Nice save by the Wildcats goalie. Now 2-on-1. Good back check there by Kellen as he sends the puck back up ice again. And we're going to get an offside. My eyes were not lined up on that one, so did Leo go off? Possibly. Waconia gets it into the Eden Prairie zone. They tried. They get it popped away again. Now Pravatsky there recovers and retains it. He goes wide. Look out. Shot. Oh, deflected over the top of the net. He wanted that one. You could just tell. You could just tell. Skis wanted that one. Now he goes in, takes the puck away again. Good aggressive play by Skis. Wildcats are able to pry it loose. And they send one in there, intercepted by Dillon, and Stubbs picks it up and brings it back out to neutral. Stubbs using all of his body to create turnovers, arms as well. He decides, I'm going to take this sucker myself. Down left-hand dot, backhands out. There it is, shot. Oh, that was a good play. But Pravatsky just couldn't quite make solid contact. As he was looking for his goal. 7:54, 9 rip here in Waconia. Now Waconia bank it out. Rink keeps it in. Goes around one player at the hash marks. Circles back around the net. He's on a excursion here. Fires one in there. Shot, save. Got a lot of steps in. Now Dahl takes a crack at it from down low behind the net. Berg pops it away to Wenkus. Wenkus tries to deflect it off the pads. 7-ball, corner pocket. That was what he was trying to do. And Strube now picks it back up down in the Eden Prairie zone as the Wildcats were able to make some progress over there. Wildcats hold it, send it back down behind the Eden Prairie net. Rink now banks it up to Dahl. Dahl brings it up a little bit further. Leo now pursues on the near side. Backhand out to the slot, looking for Mason, and intercepted by a Wildcat. Rink again uses that new pulse to poke that puck away on the poke check, and then he gets into a scrum down on the near side in the neutral zone. Puck bounces back out to Mason, and Mason sends one all the way in from outside the blue line. Oh, and Stubbs just races in there. Good grit by Decker. Decker wants a lot of goals tonight. Richards sends one in there too, and that is, I don't know what that is. A save, it looks like. Stubbs, quick shot off the faceoff. Off to the right-hand side of the net. Decker again, just physical play tonight. Shot again, and a save as the Waconia goalie's getting warmed up here. He's finding his groove in the second period as he's made some great saves midway through the second. Back to the point. Sarrazine now sends one in off the skates. Oh, puck is loose in front, and the Wildcats are able to clear it. They bring it up back into the neutral zone, dump it down into the Eden Prairie zone. Sarrazine there chases after it behind his own net, over to Dillon. Dillon sends it up ice. Stubbs there picks it up. He carries it up into the Wildcat zone across in front of his own bench. Well, they both go down. The Wildcats are able to exit it out of their zone again. But just as soon as that happens, Eagles are able to bring it back in again on the near far side. Backhand shot deflected. Stubbs again, boy, he's getting a lot of playing time tonight. Sends it back out to the top of the point. Dillon sends it into the slot, shot, readjusts, score, Eden Prairie. And that's 10 runs here with about 5 minutes left to go in. Five minutes left to go in the second. Pravatsky, just a mosquito in the ear of the Wildcat there. He wasn't letting him get any space at all, and now the Eagles send one down. That's going to be an icing on Eden Prairie. No, icing waved off. And Pravatsky chases down on the near side corner, sends it back to Wenkus down below the goal line. Wenkus cycles back up to the hash marks, curls around, looking back again. Rink is able to help him out, puts it back. Rink picks up the rebound again at the top of the slot. And Wildcats now able to make some contact with the puck down in their own zone. Ooh, and the Wildcats sent it centered out in front. Probably not ideal there, but Mason sends it out through the crease again. Pravatsky getting a lot of opportunities, hasn't found one yet. Rink able to hold it. Now Wildcats on the move, sends a shot off the Asa's face mask. That's using your head, Asa. And another shot on net. And Pravatsky able to bring the recovery or the the rebound off, sends it back over to Winkus. Winkus now looking for Strube at the high slot. He can't connect. And now the Wildcats again bringing pressure into the Eden Prairie zone. Dahl poking at it, and Rink sends it back up to Berg. Berg back to Strube. Strube, he's no stranger. He's going to take it all the way. He gets pushed off the puck. Still maintains control over on the far side. It's like he's a soccer player with the puck, kind of. He's really good at that. And Wildcats able to put some pressure on the Eden Prairie. And now they send it down ice. Tristan Sarrazin with the recovery behind his own net. Up to Dahl at neutral. Wildcats again fire one on Asa. Asa there with the body block. And we get a whistle with 2:36 remaining in the second period. Shots on goal 29-5 in favor of Eden Prairie. Sarrazin flicks it over to the far side to Dillon. Dillon up to Winkus. Winkus on the far side, moving up the ice. He's got Richards out in front. Richards looking for a shot. Nice deflection save. Another shot from Sarrazin off the mark. Dillon now curls around, looking again, looking for that centering pass, and again deflected by Wildcats. Good defense by Waconia. Stubbs now chases after it, goes in, grabs it, and pulls it back out of the Eden Prairie zone. Sends it over to Mason. Mason slings it around to the far side for him, near side for us. Now Crosby banks it back behind the net again to Mason. Mason out to the high slot. Wildcats lose a stick. And Sarrazin still being physical and going after the puck. Stubbs now picks it up, slings it back behind the net again to Winkus. Dillon holds it, curls in, down low. He's like, excuse me, Mason, I have something to do. Leo right at the top of the slot, shot, save by Waconia. Like I said, Waconia goalie found his groove here in the second period, as he's had a barrage of pucks sent his way, and he's doing pretty well with that. Off to the point, back out to Rink again at the point. To the high circle, Rink fires one right at the goalie. You don't want to shoot at where the goalie isn't, I guess. Good effort by the Eagles to hold it, maintain control. Back out to Rink again. Rink slaps it back in, back to Berg. Berg brings it in. Look out, deflection, shot by Pravatsky. And a goal? That's a goal by Eden Prairie here. Finally got the confirmation from the man in stripes. Don't know who had that one, if it was Pravatsky. Maybe it was Heller. Oh, there's Dean. I haven't seen Dean much tonight. Wildcats win the face-off. They send a cross ice into the neutral zone. Berg goes after. 27 seconds left to go in the second. Berg comes in and just smothers everybody. He comes down. He's got Pravatsky, but he decides backhand shot, score, Berg. 14 seconds left. Dino, where? Was that Dean? Yeah, that was Dean. Wasn't Strube. Eden Prairie, 6 seconds left. That's going to do it. Are they going to get a shot? Score with 3 seconds left. And Eden Prairie adds another one right before the end of the second. Oh, Dean over there, not dressed for the game. All right. So that was Strube back at D. I don't know what happened to Dino. Didn't get that pregame update. That's the end of the second. Eden Prairie up by 13 here going into the third. 36-5 shot advantage. Okay, got a little intel on the Dino. He had someone step on his ankle at school today. He suited up, put his skates on, went out onto the ice, decided negative Ghost Rider. The pattern was full, and he went back and decided he's going to forego this one to get better for tomorrow against Mankato, which is certainly going to be a much harder game and a competitive team than we have here tonight. I see good things in Waconia's future, though. You know, as the urban sprawl continues, before you know it, Waconia is going to be a powerhouse. They're just struggling with numbers, like Eden Prairie is kind of on the trajectory for as well. So certainly we expect the roles to be reversed at some point in time. So, all right, here we go. 13 final minutes will be in running time. So use the remote car start, get that sucker warmed up because we'll be out of here in about 20 minutes. Headed back east, away from the sun. Nah, it's already dark. Dylan hands one off over to Dahl. Dahl chases it down in behind the net. Dylan back over to Wenkus. Wenkus tries to center it out to Heller. He's got Heller again. Heller, oh, and he just fanned on strike one. Heller, baseball season's coming up. You got to get sharp for that. Declan, a travel baseball player for Eden Prairie. Good player. Also got the knicker pants for baseball. Looks sharp. Wenkus again just sends one in the direction of the net, looking for someone to pick it up. And now Waconia got 3-on-2 here against Dylan. And Tristan back out half wall. Shot centering. Ooh, Dylan almost deflected that one in himself. I don't know if you deduct a goal from his total goal count if you score on yourself. I don't know what the rules are on that one, but I don't think you do. Could be the leading scorer for Waconia as well. No, I wouldn't say that. That's bad. Sorry. All right, we got an offside. Excuse me, I need to cough. Yeah, got a little bit of a cold last weekend. Still working on it. It's been a long week. All right, Richards back over. Shot over the top of the net by Eden Prairie. Now Wildcats bring it back out to neutral into the Eden Prairie zone. Charlie over there pokes it away. And he sends it back up along the far side. He gets it back again. Says, yeah, now I'm going to create a little room. Now I'll go ahead and do it. And he's still going. Now back into the Waconia zone, and then he decides to lose it, but he picked it back up again, sends it right out. Great pass to Waconia. Waconia shot. Asa there. Nice little deflection. Bank pass over to the near side. Looking for Stubbs. Heller was there to help out. And now Wildcats again pull it out from their own zone. Stubbs now brings it right back in again. They get it poked away again. Leo now tries to hold it. And Waconia brings it back up ice. And he curls around, beats Strube. Shot on Asa. Ooh, big rebound, Asa. You want to make sure that you're just a vacuum. Now Kellen Strube, nice pass. Over to the far side to Pravatsky. Pravatsky at the circle, back out to Leo. Leo tries to backhand it in there. He fans on it, real curls back again. Look out for the stuff. Shot, score. And he's got that shot. I kind of equate it to like a hook shot in basketball, a little bit, the stuff. When I played basketball, that was my shot. I was always the tall guy down low. I love that little kind of jump hook. They don't do that as often anymore, but it's kind of my deal. Leo's got the stuff. There he is again, setting out in front, and the puck is loose. Christian able to hold it with his body, sends it in again by Leo. Pravatsky there can't grab it. Skis, as the coach calls him. Back out to the center looking for Heller. And that's popped away by Waconia. And they bring it back up to neutral ice. Pravatsky again, that mosquito, just making their life miserable there as they try to bring the puck back into the Eden Prairie zone. And now Dylan pulls the puck away, brings it back up across neutral ice. He's going all the way coast to coast. Oh no, sends it back out again. Pravatsky caught back up. Ben just wants a goal. He's just like, come on guys, give it to me. He'll get it. Leo dumps it in. Eden Prairie changes out their front. Dahl off the bench. Coming in like a blaze of, like a fireball. I like the aggressive nature there, Henry. He's certainly developed this year. Back out to the point to Sarazine. Sarazine dumps it back down again. Stubbs turns around, shot. Oh, Wenkus almost there for the deflection. And Wildcats again exit their zone under pursuit by Dylan. Dylan isn't going to give him an inch. Sarazine now. Back up ice. They put Dahl back on D. And we get an on. Everybody gets onside. Sarazine back over to Dahl. Dahl with a one-timer, and that's deflected. Great save by Waconia. Now Mason back to the point. Fires a shot in there. Off a stick. Now Sarazine playing up again. They've shifted D to forward, forward to D here, as we're about halfway through, almost exactly halfway through the third period. Waconia backhands it into Asa. Asa has a pad save. Waconia able to hold it. Now what you see here is Eden Prairie, they're up by 14, but now everybody just wants to go with it, right? But what you're finding out is that when you do that and you're not passing, you're still not skating through these guys. They're taking it away from you. So you still have to pass the puck. Back out to the point to Rink again. Rink's still playing D. Rink flops it in. Well, he's kind of like 0 for 8 on that today. Prairie. Richards able to pop it away at the red line. Rink again. Oop, look out. As Waconia is starting to get having some temper tantrums here. Not really. Getting a little bit more heated. That's to be expected. And Eden Prairie there to pick it off. Now they bring it back into the Waconia zone. And hold it with 4:55 left. Puck back out. Rink sends one firing in there. Shot, deflecting, score. Heller.
Stubbs hot off the draw, pulling it all the way in, coast to coast, backhand shot save. Now he gets pried up against the boards or pinched up against the boards. Now he comes back out to the near side circle, backhand out to the top. Sarazine fires one in there. Now he fires one in there again, save. Waconia. Dahl now back out to the dot, back out to the point. Oh, Sarazine. Biggest fan I've seen in a long time. 2-on-1, shot behind the net. Here comes a shot again, saved by Asa. As that was his first real risky shot here all night with 3:33 left in the third. Eden Prairie up by a bunch. Ooh, shot right into the hand, wrist of Henry, and he's wincing in pain a little bit. Crosby slings it out to neutral. Dillon takes it himself, goes all the way down, backhand shot, score. .230 left. Strube pushes it up along the near side. Wildcats there at the blue line, hold it from entering the zone. Rink again just puts that stick out there, pokes it away. Here's the question, is Pravatsky, he's got 1:53 to get that goal. Rink back over to Strube. Strube gets it poked away. Rink now comes in, gets a stick on it. Look out! Oh, what a save by Asa. Holds, keeps the shutout. Now Rink all the way up, curls around, shot off the face mask. And Heller sends one. Pravatsky from behind the net, $1:20 left. Pravatsky out to center. Nobody there. They were looking elsewhere. Wildcats now bring it back into the Eden Prairie zone. They all go down at the half wall, and Eden Prairie comes away with it. Chases it into the far side. Cross ice to Heller. 56 seconds left in the game. Heller shot from way out high from the blue line. Richards now pulls it in from behind the net, back out to the top of the circle. Strube with a shot and a deflection off a stick. 41 seconds left. Stubbs hot off the bench. Comes in, centered out front. Nobody can get a stick on it. Nobody's in position for it. Puck back out to Strube again. Strube fires one in. 27 seconds left. And Wildcats able to pull it out to center. 11 seconds left to go, and that's going to do it for the game, it appears. 6 seconds. And Eden Prairie comes away with a convincing victory. Kellen trying to beat the clock. He can't. Those little legs can't propel him at 40 miles an hour. Eden Prairie wins. And we will reset again tomorrow in Mankato for a grudge match against the Mankato Gold Squirt A team. That one will be a test again, like I said. So, boys will get to bed early tonight, rest up. Little road trip to Cato, and we will see you here tomorrow for a repeat of the New Hope Classic, but in Mankato. Have a good evening.